We haven't got a title yet, but it's going to be something like The Darkness of Zack Snyder. The dark vision of Zack Snyder. Is that all right? So here, I would say the films I will be focusing on are, and I would put them in order. What was the first one?
Watchmen.
Yeah. So Watchmen, and then in brackets, I've given you that style. Where's it gone now? So the films I will be focusing on are Mean Girls, and then I would just have Mark Waters, 2004, Bridesmaids. I don't think you need directed by, that's just what she did. Paul Feig, 2011, and The Heat, Paul Feig, 2013. So you should be saying Watchmen, Zack Snyder, blah, blah, blah. Or you could just put the date, because we know they're all by Zack Snyder. But you need to say what those films are, and you need to put item 3, item 4, item 2, whatever it might be. Yeah? I wouldn't say I would say, instead of saying I would say he has a great talent instead of a very good talent. Sorry? Oh, good. This is just a bit informal, and the more formal you can make your writing, the better. A film critic would be, or a film academic would be writing in quite formal terms, like like an English A-level type thing. So if you say superhero films were not as big as they were now back then, you need to be saying something much more along the lines of when Watchmen came out in, what year did it come out?
2009.
When Watchmen came out in 2009, the currency of superheroes films was not as high as it is now, or this was before the Marvel universe had started to be exploited by Disney as a genre, something like that. So you're going to, rather than just say now and then, give your reasons why it was different. Yeah. So and again, the Superman film, 1978. Here you're going to say Superman, and you're going to put it, as you should do with all your titles when you're typing, was. So it would be something like Superman, and then you put the name of the director. Pretty sure it's Richard Donner. Oh. Okay, now that probably isn't one of your items, but by writing it like that, you look like a proper film studies student. Okay, if you don't do this, it's going to be very hard for me to put you in the top grades, because the moderator will come back and just say it's just all chatty. He's thrown the films in, but he hasn't thrown them in the way that we expect. Yeah, so keep it as formal as you can. I mean, you're fine. You're going to redraft it, but I want you to have that in your mind. Okay. Tim Burton's and Batman definitely needs a capital there. Yeah. Okay, so again, when was Watchmen?
2009.
Okay, so what I don't understand then, I'm getting a contrast here between you saying, if it's 2009, then that's a year after this. So what are we saying? If you're focusing on when was this? When are we talking about that they were not as big as they are now?
Like like before Iron Man, 2008.
But I would say that we've got Batman films, we've got Captain America and the Fantastic Four, we've got X-Men, the Spider-Man films. That's a lot of superhero going on. You know, in a way, you could say in 2008, Watchmen was a very different film in the context of what superhero films were out there. The more positive X-Men, Spider-Man films. I think you need to place it in a different way, because at the moment the argument doesn't seem that persuasive to me. It feels like you're forcing it to say, oh, there wasn't really much superhero going on, and you've just then said, oh yeah, apart from this one. Oh yeah, and this one. Oh, and this one as well, and this one. See what I mean? So you need to look at that paragraph, I think. Okay, so I'd say this is sort of a key part where you're talking about the darkness here in contrast with everything else that was around at that time. If you're saying critics praising the respect to source material and others panning him for excessive violence, I want to get examples of that. Give me a quotation from a positive review and a quotation from a negative review. Have you got those?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, so that should be, after that one, you should have square brackets. Oh, no, I hate this keyboard.
Dad,
Yeah.
what if a movie has quite a lot, like 4 directors? Like in 4
Yeah, directed by blah, 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 blah. So what you need is a quotation there. And then you need to say item 7. And in item 7 in your catalogue, you're going to be saying New York Times review of Watchmen 1978, and then the name of the writer. Okay? So what you're showing then is that you have taken the material, researched, that's what you're getting marked on, and the AO2 is showing understanding of how that material feeds into your question. Yeah? So that's the format you need to be following. Yeah, this is fine. Again, fine, as I said, item. Okay, so by this stage, I want to know, so you might have the reviews were slightly mixed, you might have a quotation from a review, but I want to hear from Snyder, what's he saying about it? I want a quotation from him in an interview. Snyder himself said in an interview with Variety magazine, my films are much more about fully rounded characters. They're not comic characters, something like that. Okay, I bet that stuff is out there. Oh, I've got 11 seconds.